neti. So whatever you apply, you must get into that stage. So you do all the work first. You discern, you discriminate, and then you apply. And when you apply in that state, in that concentration, in that focus, you reach something called Vairagya. Vairagya has no proper translation in Sanskrit, but the closest comes to it. Passionate detachment.
Sorry?
Passionate detachment. Detached with passion. In English, the closest single word would be charisma. You understand charisma? It is a magical component that you see in leadership. Something you cannot identify with. You just say, this is the man I'm going to follow. Are you with me? Or you see a speaker who goes up on stage and it's a magnetic quality. He holds you. Are you with me? It's charisma. He draws upon it. He's totally convinced on what he's talking about. Are you with me? He has gone through viveka, vichara, neti. And when he touches you, that is vairagya. And in that state, you can push through any moment of doubt. And vairagya is built like a bank. Are you with me? A reserve that you can reach out and touch and pull upon when you need to. The process of the sphere of silence is another way of building up vairagya. Are you with me? Yes. It is a self-discipline process. It becomes an internal font of energy that you can pull upon. Have you heard Martin Luther King? You heard his most famous speech in Georgia where he talks about, I have a dream. It's a very famous speech. There's some speeches that have rung through time. You know, John F. Kennedy's inaugural speech. Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask not what your country can do for you, but rather what you can do for your country. You remember that?
Yes.
If you go through time, Winston Churchill, Mandela, Martin Luther King. But Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream is a powerful, potent message. You remember when in that hot, sunny afternoon in Georgia, he reached across the field. It shook that nation, that speech. It hit across the world. It echoed, changed the course not only of that nation but of our lives throughout the world. Do you know how he sounded? It is resounding. That is vairagya. Deep, resounding energy. He said, I have a dream today. Do you hear me? He spoke across the crowd, no mic, no sound. I have a dream this day. Can you feel the handbang?
Yes.
And that is what you can do. Nothing that you cannot achieve. That is the power of belief. And that is the power of faith. Are you with me?
Yes.
Not too scared, are you? Are we back?
Yes.
Vairagya is this kind of energy, and it is it is there, it is in each and every one of you. It is just a process that you need to go through to build and develop, to push through moments of doubt. Moments of doubt will assail you in every part of your life. Constantly, continuously, consistently. But you know, what is new? Every single leader, every single person who has changed this planet, who have fought against the wind, has to go against that. Whether you're an adventurer, explorer, right? Mount Everest, 1958, Edmund Hillary climbed Mount Everest. And the century. Are you with me?
Yes.
15,000. Some people had tried, 10, 20 times each. Recorded attempts to reach the top. And 90% of that 15,000 made it 80% of the way. Are you with me?
Yes.
90%. And in fact, most of them gave up. The last 10% also gave up within almost touching distance. They just couldn't see how much more they had to go. Are you with me? You are usually a lot closer than you realize. A lot closer than you realize. Each time in your lives when you have given up, it has been a lot closer to the mark than you realize. Are you with me?
Yes.
You have to believe. You have to cover everything before you start. Once you start, nothing gets in your way. Are you with me?
Yes.
Faith is an extremely powerful component. Extremely powerful. Can I give you a little parable about faith? Yes?
Yes.
In ancient India, there was this milkman. Alright? In fact, let's go back a little bit to the story. There was this mendicant, who basically a hermit, right? A little religious hermit who went around from village to village. And once he came to the banks of the Ganges, he saw a beautiful island in the center. So he got a boatman to take him over to this little island. He liked it so much, he decided to stay there for a while. Now people ferrying up and down across the river, the Ganges, which is a very big river, saw this mendicant sitting on the island. And Indian people being very religious and all that, they decided to pull up and get his blessings, right? So then as they were going up and down, they decided to bring little gifts for him because he was staying there, had built a little shelter. So they come there and there's constant traffic. He was at the right place at the right time, like McDonald's. So basically they stopped, bring him little gifts, get his blessings. Then they feel something has been achieved in their life. More and more people started coming. Oh, do you know on that little island, there's a little sage, and he's, very gifted, blah, blah, blah. People started coming. People actually now, the boatmen suddenly had business. They took people to the island, and they also decided to sell. Network marketing. Then you had little, shops open up on both sides of the riverbank selling you little things that the guy had blessed. Are you with me? So business was prospering. And this little shelter he built became a nice hut. Then from a hut, it became a nice little ashram, little building. So he was very happy, and among his many devotees coming and going was this milkman, very old milkman. And this milkman was basically illiterate. Are you with me?